Alright, welcome back. Hopefully the camera doesn't fall. So I want to show you guys this flap. I tried a couple things. I was gonna like clamp the hinges down to the table, kind of similar to what we're doing here, and it was just a pain in the butt. So I just threw some high sol in, let it start setting up, made sure, and I kind of eyed it. I made sure both hinges were perpendicular this to the hinge line here, and of course when it's fully down, so it's be 9 degrees, so it's perpendicular and parallel. So I let that, and I the biggest thing was making sure that the depth was right on both ones, so your pivot point on both hinge was, you know, the same distance, and that's the problem because the hinge line is actually about almost 1/4 of an inch past the top of the flap, so it's inside the pivot point is inside the flap, which is not hard to do if you have like Skymaster. They'll run a wire through this whole piece, so you just pull the wire out, so it makes it really easy to line up hinges. But when they're independently glued in like this, it's tough. So I kind of eyed it, did some, you know, just some quick little eyes, you know, put an angle on it and made sure the hinges were in there, you know, as close as I could by eyeing it and doing the right angle stuff. So, and then I let it kind of set up a little while, and then I clamped these. I checked it again, made sure I needed to make any adjustments, and they were pretty close, but I put the angle back on, just checked them. Then went in and grabbed some food, and this stuff is already set up. It's pretty much, they're not moving at this point. So I clamped them to this rod, this aluminum rod here, just to kind of make sure I, you know, kind of rigidly connect these hinges, which would be kind of glued into the wing. So this would be your kind of wing. And I think I got it because there's like no flex, no friction, no nothing. So the outer two are good and set. So all I'm going to do now is put some high sol in these two holes, put the other two hinges in, and kind of the same thing. I'll get them eyed up the best I can, put the right angles on them, and then I'll let them start setting up, and then I'll come back and I'll clamp those two down to this as well, and you know, that'll keep those from changing. So that way when I glue this in the wing, it'll literally just be getting it in and out where I need it and up and down. So I can, because the wing, here, let me get the thing. What makes it so hard is these flaps have like a gap seal on top and bottom. So the pivot point's actually past that, but you can't see where the hinge goes. This will actually, it gets covered. So if you look at these, you don't really see anything. And this one's not perfect. Like the one I just did is going to be better than this one, but this one actually still goes. It says 70 millimeters, what you need for full flaps, and this is pretty much gets you to right to 70 millimeters. The problem is these things have short arms on them, so like it pulls easy here, but then I get right here and it takes a little bit of force to pull it on over. But with the 500 ounce servo and actually putting the servo on the bottom side, it kind of gives it a better mechanical advantage, and it'll pull these things down. But the other one, it just falls over. I'll get a lot more throw out of the other one, but I only need 70 millimeters for the down. So this one has about 70 millimeters as is. But yeah, that's the problem, is because the hinge will actually stick out some, and you can kind of see it right here. Ooh, let me get out of the light here. I don't have all my lights on, but you can kind of see it here. The hinge actually comes out of the wood, and the pivot point is actually back here. Boy, this thing sucks for focusing these days, doesn't it? Hold on, that's because the auto function is on. Let's go to the manual focus here. There we go. So the pivot point's actually kind of under this little, you know, kind of the smiley face here. So it's like right here. So that 1/2 inch of carbon pin or carbon hinge is sticking out from the wood. So that's what supports it here. So you can kind of see it pivots back here. That's why you have to cut these channels out, so when it comes down. So there you go. But I'm getting there. Like I said, this will be kind of the fast, the slow stuff, and then I'll get the rest going probably tomorrow. So just want to show you guys that. I'm going to go ahead and put the other 2 hinges in now, and that way I can just glue them in tomorrow into the wing while I'm working on like the servos on this wing or something. So you guys have a good one, and I don't know if you guys want some live videos, I'll try that. And kind of like, I typically will do like one wing, and then when I do the second one, I'll show like videos and do, you know, like live stuff, because, you know, the first video usually figuring it all out. Second video or second wing usually goes quicker. So, but you guys take it easy. Have a good night.